The poles were often rounded instead of pointed to avoid puncturing the internal organs, thus prolonging the life of the unfortunate soul on the I was going to say on the other end of the pole, but they're kind of on both ends. Records state that it could take days for people to die who were unfortunately subjugated to this form of torture and execution. And Vlad said, well, that's not enough. Let's put them on display outside of our castle grounds. You know, like a really, really backwards Phoenix window. So putting warlords on display outside of your castle in such a way is probably enough of a message, right? Not if you're Vlad, because then he went down into the neighboring Saxon villages, rounded up a bunch of hostages, and did the same thing to them as a message to his opposition to say, don't fuck with me, I have the power of trees and decoration on my side. Peace was restored in 1460, and that was the end of that. Except it wasn't, because then an Ottoman Sultan came to Vlad III and said, you have to pay homage to me personally. And Vlad said, oh, I could. Or I could nail your religious headdresses to your head and then stick you on poles outside of my castle. That sounds like a much sweeter deal for me. What say you? Sorry, you can't reply because you're on a stick outside of my castle.